I'm Christine, the anxious beginner. And that's Palais, our fearless captain. Together, we've bought a 45-foot sailboat, and we're ready for an adventure. Good morning!
Look at all that beautiful solar.
We're making sweet solar power today.
But what are we actually doing today?
Today we are... I'm apparently getting poked in the face. Okay. So this morning we are going to cross the Georgia Strait.
Salish Sea.
Or the Salish Sea. And it's very light wind today, so it might take us 10 hours to cross. We're going to try to sail. Should be able to, unless it's dead calm, but I think we'll make it, hopefully. And we're going to Nanaimo.
Yeah. We don't have anywhere else to be. What's that song? Nowhere to be and something to get there? We'll look up the song.
Comment the answers in the comments below. Let us know. So what you doing?
Sailing.
Uh-huh. What else are you doing?
Playing Sudoku.
Okay. Time to tack. It took us nearly all day to cross the Salish Sea to Nanaimo. Unfortunately, we came in too late to get takeout from the Dinghy Dock restaurant. We went to bed early because tomorrow we continue our journey south into the Gulf Islands.
Hi.
Hi. So we are on our way right now to go through Dodd Nerrows. Dodd Nerrows can get up to 9 knots. That's not what's going to happen today. Ebb and flood, the worst today is 3.7 knots, but we are going at slack, which will happen at 12:46, so we've got about 30 minutes to get there. And we just saw another boat coming. I think they're going to go through too, and they're ahead of us, so we can, if they make it through, we should make it through, right? I think so.
Unless they make it through and then we get stuck.
I don't think we will. The current will be with us if it starts to come, but I think it only takes like 7 minutes to transit. So as long as we're there right at ebb, we should be fine, I think.
Yeah.
But it is pretty narrow, so it'll be exciting. And we've never done it before, so
Sweet.
we'll see what happens. Palais letting all the boats beat us to the Dodd Nerrows. Hopefully the line won't be so long that we don't make it through.
I'm not racing. Racing is for people who want to get themselves in trouble. Especially if nobody else realizes you're racing.
Shouldn't they realize that you're racing because aren't you always racing?
I'm not always racing.
If there's another boat, there's racing.
If there's another boat, maybe someone thinks there's racing. I'm not racing. I know my boat's better than theirs. I don't need to prove it.
Oh snap! My boat's better than theirs. There's our friends. They've made it very much ahead of us. Since Pally wasn't racing, they'll make it way before us.
Securite, Securite. This is Sailing Vessel Family Affair, transiting Dodd Nerrows southbound, following a double-masted sailing boat.
Like our friends have made it through, so hopefully if we follow in right behind them, we should make it as well. Like there's a power boat coming on through. Even though this area is pretty narrow, it's really deep, so the currents can get pretty strong. 9 knots. And over on the right-hand side, there is a wreck, so off of our starboard bow. Looks like I can see some ripples here in the water from some of the current. You can see a tide line here. Look at that. Very clear indication of where the tide is at, what it's doing.
We had just started a nice downwind sail. It was a lovely, like 6-7 knots. We're doing like 2-3 knots. So Christine went down to make us some lunch. We decided it was nice enough, calm day for soup. And then pretty much as soon as she went downstairs, the wind just died. And then 2 minutes later, it was coming from the exact opposite direction. And so now we're tacking into the wind. And the wind's still a little squirrely, it keeps shifting. And Christine had to make soup while I was doing several little tacks because we were in a narrow bit of the channel to get us out of that narrow bit. And right at the same time this happened, we actually had a little friend who was sailing right beside us who ran into the same trouble, and so we were like maneuvering around each other while we're dealing with our sails. But we've got it sorted out. On the last leg, he tacked a lot sooner than us, so he's quite a ways ahead of us right now. So we might be slightly more upwind because he was only flying his jib earlier. But yeah, there's our excitement for the afternoon. Hopefully, that's as exciting as it gets.
But luckily, we have soup. It's so calm inside these, where it's so protected from the Gulf Islands, from the Strait. So glassy. It must be what it's like to be sailing in a lake. It's so flat. There are 2 areas to anchor. This is the first one, but we're gonna check out the other one, and if we don't like it, then we'll come back to this one. There's so many seals right there. There's a bunch on that one too. Home sweet anchorage for the night. Now time for a bit of an explore. I hear there's a dinghy cut that goes through the island to the other side. Let's check it out. Isn't it so pretty? Taxiway. Good night, Telegraph Harbor. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to join us on the next adventure, hit subscribe.